Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. To start things off, the price of Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency by market cap, shot up by 17% within 30 minutes on Tuesday to reach its highest level in 4 months. CoinDesk shows data Bitcoin's price spiked on Tuesday at 4:32 in the morning to $4,715, accompanied by a large injection of daily bullish volume to close out the hourly trading period $668 higher. At press time, Bitcoin's price was up 19% over a 24-hour period, trading at $4,926 and had broken out of a defined area of resistance at 41.92. We spoke about that a couple of days ago. About 8, 9, 10 analysts kept on saying Bitcoin's price had to pass by $4,200 to show that we were in a new bullish trend for the price of Bitcoin. Here's the actual chart right here for those who are looking at the screen. For those who are not, it looks ridiculous. It's just completely trending sideways. And then there's a massive green spike up, which is wonderful to look at. Bitcoin's market cap has also risen significantly, up $5.1 billion on the day to $78 billion. Its highest since this 22nd of November. The notable move comes at a time of contention for Bitcoin bulls, providing relief and breaking through not one, but 3 resistance levels: 4,200, 4,400, and 4,500 US dollars. There's still no reason, at least at the time of me making this video, it is still relatively early. It's 10 a.m. here. There seems to not be an exact reason why Bitcoin has broken out. I looked through multiple different websites, at least 12, 13 of them, and no one knows what could possibly be the reason. I think many people aren't complaining. I mentioned this many times before. Bitcoin should have been this way for quite a long amount of time. There was no reason why it should have been held back. However, I am not going to complain even 1% that Bitcoin's price has gone up. It's just incredible news to wake up to something as nice as this. Next up, an exchange-traded product, or an ETP. I'm a little excited. Tracking the price of XRP has currently gone live on Switzerland's primary stock exchange known as SIX. Amon AG, the maker of the product, announced the news on Tuesday, saying that the XRP ETP had started trading on the exchange under the ticker symbol of AXRP. The firm first revealed it would launch an XRP ETP last month. Hani Rashwan, co-founder and CEO of Amon AG, told CoinDesk at the time that his firm had already had an approval in place for SIX to issue the product. With today's launch, I guess that, happened today. Amon AG now has a total of 4 cryptocurrency ETP products listed on the SIX exchange. Last month, the firm launched an Ethereum-based ETP. The month prior, a Bitcoin-based ETP, ABTC is what it's called. And the firm launched the Amon Crypto Basket Index ETP under the ticker symbol of HODL in November. The HODL product tracks the top 5 cryptocurrencies in terms of market cap and liquidity. It currently comprises of Bitcoin, XRP, ETH, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Rashwan told CoinDesk on Tuesday that Amon AG wants to make investing in cryptocurrency as easy as buying a stock. See how easy it is? See how easy it is for other countries to be able to list and launch these things and talk about them 1 month ago and then actually list them on their actual platform. Not that I'm knocking any other major stock exchanges around the world, but you see how easy it is to say that you're going to do something and then you list something for 5. Not only that, they have exchange traded products for 3 or 4 different cryptocurrencies, and then they have a basket ETP with multiple other cryptocurrencies inside of them as well. I guess to end that on a nicer note, it's nice to see that the stock exchange of Switzerland is nice and deep into cryptocurrencies, and they keep saying that they're going to list things, and then they simply list them. There's no concern as if something is a security, because that conversation doesn't happen anywhere else around the world. I'm getting off track. Anyway, let's move on. We always talk about stablecoins a lot. Stablecoins are, I'm pretty sure you're going to be forced to use stablecoins over the next 3 years to infinity as they continue to become a very popular thing. Without reading through the entire thing, there's something called the Universal Protocol Alliance. They're now looking to add a new stablecoin. Apparently, this stablecoin is going to be linked to the euro, and the people who are using it, and I assume people who are holding the stablecoin as if it was a cryptocurrency or as if they were holding real money in their bank account, are going to receive 8% worth of interest on top of that currency stablecoin. I'm not exactly sure what to really call it. This is my opinion. I feel like there's a very large move towards people using stable coins, or especially even in like the actual cryptocurrency trading market. But we have news just about every day or every other day that there's either a new stable coin or that there's a new stable coin that's linked to a bank. This one says that it's linked to the Universal Protocol Alliance, a conglomerate of blockchain organizations will try to capitalize on the stablecoin momentum. They actually have which ones are actually part of that thing, if I can try and find it. Yeah. For those who are unfamiliar with the Universal Protocol Alliance, the team is made up of prominent companies and service providers. The list includes Brave, Uphold, Cred, Blockchain at Berkeley, and a few others. What I think is slowly happening is that banks are actually, my opinion, part of the people who are putting in funding to these actual stable coins. I think that stable coins are going to be the brand new thing because we've had a lot of other... If you read between the lines, it seems that banks are going to start issuing not issuing stable coins, but just start absorbing some of these stable coins that they have themselves. A lot of them are trying to be it says even right here, they're trying to be like the universal currency for their actual continent and or country where they're being issued. But a lot of them have like a lot of little perks and stuff right now, which is to kind of get you to want to use them a little bit more. There is usually nothing. Like you can go to any bank in the world and ask them for a 99-year CD. You are probably not going to get an 8% annual interest rate, which is not phenomenal if you compare it to cryptocurrencies, which can go up, by 19% in one day. However, on the hinges of traditional finance, 8% is actually not bad at all. If we start seeing more of these, it'll kind of become obviously evident exactly where this whole stablecoin thing is going. I mean, it's not bad. But we don't really need more stable coins. This is, once again, just my opinion, how I feel about the situation. I always felt that we needed maybe 3, and then we were fine. But I think when we get to the point where we have over like 119 stable coins, maybe there's just too many stable coins. Anyway, let's move on. Next up, this one doesn't really surprise me either. XMR.to, a service that allows users to increase the privacy of their Bitcoin transactions by using Monero as an intermediary currency, has announced it will not be serving US-based clients for the time being. The news was revealed in a post from a member of the site's core team in a Reddit thread on the 30th of March. The brief statement gives little information, indicating that only XMR.to will, for the time being, not be serving customers in the US. We are working with our legal team to understand the best way forward. This policy will come into force tomorrow. That was a couple days ago. Thank you for your understanding. XMR.to allows users to make Bitcoin payments to a specific address, but to maximize their own anonymity by first transferring an equivalent value in privacy coin Monero, which, after receiving Monero, executes the Bitcoin payments on the user's behalf. Enforcing the newly introduced jurisdictional restriction could pose a considerable challenge for XMR.to, given that its company policy currently, my English, trends toward protecting user confidentiality, not just for the public, but all for the service itself. Not going to read anymore. My English is dying. Like I said, not really why are they banging on the window? Not really surprised that they have this type of restriction. I mentioned to you all before, there's a reason why I don't hold privacy coins, and it usually comes down to the fact that we've had many other countries before actually name these by name. Like, they didn't say any other coins. They named Monero, they named Dash, and they named Zcash. I think Zcash is okay because you can send transactions not completely private. You can, I can't remember the exact term for it, as I don't talk about Zcash every single day. Anyway, the point is, yeah, I personally don't hold any private transaction coins in my portfolio, but I do understand the need for them. And yeah, it's very, very odd that we have all this happening. And this is why a lot of people still think that these coins, Monero, Zcash, and Grin, etc., are actually going to become very popular over the next 10 years. Just an opinion, their opinion. I guess I share a little bit of that as well. People want to be able to use their money as they wish. Governments usually say otherwise. But I think there's definitely a marketplace for these coins. Like I said, it's not, they don't have a place in my portfolio, but I do understand their need and people's desire to actually use them. Next up, it's not just Bitcoin futures products that are becoming popular with investors, at least according to one UK-based crypto derivatives provider. Crypto Facilities, a subsidiary of the San Francisco-based exchange Kraken that provides Bitcoin and Ether reference data for CME Group and has offered its own derivative products for years, has seen trading volume in its altcoin futures market jump dramatically in recent weeks. In particular, its Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash future contracts, said head of indices and pricing products Sui Chung. He told CoinDesk that the company has seen a dedicated following for each coin since Litecoin was listed in June of last year and Bitcoin Cash 2 months later. But relative to Bitcoin and Ether, those contracts were pretty small in terms of value. This changed after Kraken acquired the startup earlier this year. So we began to onboard Kraken users, and that's basically given us a better exposure to the communities around Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash. And I think we're seeing in those communities that they have a pretty strong interest in trading derivatives for Litecoin and Bitcoin Cash, respectively. The volumes have gone up pretty appreciably. That's a weird word. Okay. According to the acquisition, Crypto Facilities saw its Litecoin futures contract average around $15 million in notional volume each month, while its Bitcoin Cash contracts roughly saw $10 million. By contrast, last month, the Litecoin product saw $100 million, while Bitcoin Cash saw just under $50 million. That's completely insane. This shows that there is a need and a desire for these things around the world. I do commend, and I mean this in no joking way, I commend Binance, I commend Kraken, I commend this Swiss stock exchange for launching these products, because it's clear that there's a huge want and need and desire for these things around the world. And for some reason, and once again, just my opinion, I'm going to leave it at this. It's a shame that there's such a huge desire for these things around the world for people to be able to trade derivatives products back and forth, to bet on the future price of an actual coin, cryptocurrency, whatever you commodity, security, whatever you want to call them. But certain people in a certain country don't have the access to these things because their governmental offices are taking forever to do so. Imagine if we just had these things 2 years ago. Like, it's a shame that we have situations where someone announces something at the beginning of 2019 and they're like, hey, yeah, we're gonna do this, and then a month and a half later it's there. Or like they list stuff last summer. I think money is flowing to certain places and it could be flowing to other places. However, it seems not everybody knows how to make money, and at the end of the day, that's not our fault. At least we have other cryptocurrency exchanges and other places who understand that there's money to be made, and they're doing what they have to do in order to make it. That's the nicest way of me saying it. Let's move on. To kind of finish things off, this one's actually kind of cool. A Switzerland-based publishing house is willing to dump fiat currency for a comparatively volatile cryptocurrency in Bitcoin. Netzmedien AG announced today that it will be paying off all of its wages in Bitcoin effectively. The decision followed the company's earlier plans to convert half of its assets to cryptocurrencies. That's crazy. Think about that. This company just said they wanted to convert half of their assets into crypto, and they're going to be paying all their wages in Bitcoin. As the top executives went closer to deploy their fiat to crypto plan, they also offered their employees a choice to choose between Bitcoin and the Swiss franc. A voting round ensued, and Bitcoin emerged as the winner. That's insane. Heinrich Meyer, the chief executive officer of Netzmedien, stated that they would start accepting Bitcoin by mid-2019 for their media publications, which include 8 technology-related magazines and 1 full-fledged website. He expressed his bullishness towards the cryptocurrency, affirming that their employees would end up receiving more than what they asked for via their payrolls. Oh my gosh, how great is that? Can you imagine being paid directly in Bitcoin? They will be able to hold or resell Bitcoins at a higher price. My goodness. The CEO's bullish bias follows a notorious cryptocurrency crash in which the nation's... Why do they have that? Okay. Yeah, they're talking about how Bitcoin crashed in price as if we didn't know that all happened. Like I said, I found this incredibly cool. I wonder how many other companies around the world are also doing stuff like this. There was something in I can't remember exactly when it was. It had to be 2016 or 17. before all the hype and all this other stuff started popping up, there were, I think, 2 or 3 different companies around the world, only 2 or 3, who announced that they would be doing something very similar to this. And I wonder exactly how that turned out for them, because they were doing it around the time Bitcoin's price was around like $400, $500, $600. So I can imagine a lot of the employees were quite happy when Bitcoin shot up to $20,000 per coin. The more that this happens, the more adoption that we end up having. The fact that they are, and we get articles like this, but we don't really see the full extent of, like, what's the saying? Like, if you throw a rock into a pond or something like that, like, you don't see how far the ripple goes. It's something beautiful and cool like that. It's more like, if we get news that there's one company doing this, imagine the 3 other companies who are also doing this that we just don't know about. Like, imagine the other companies who realize that they have other assets that haven't performed well over the last 10, 15 years, and they're like, maybe we should do 25% of the assets that we have and convert them into Bitcoin. And then they end up buying, 3, 4, 5, 600 Bitcoin. It's all this very interesting things that happen. And imagine if this ends up spreading like wildfire, and we have other companies around the world who are like, hey, maybe we should also start putting some of our money into, let's put 50% of it into Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Litecoin. And I don't know. It's definitely happening. It's just a matter to what extent, and we just don't have the proper metrics for it, but we know that it's happening, and I find that extremely, extremely cool. To kind of finish things off, this is very nice to see. Bitcoin is currently still up by 12.26%. It's really funny. We were just talking about Bitcoin's dominance yesterday. Lo and behold, it's at 51.3%. Yesterday, it was below 50%. I guess that could have been it. Bitcoin could have been triggered, and it was like, no, you are not going to push me out of this. Every single coin, except for Tether, it's Tether, is up at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. It is very, very nice to see. There was an article about Dogecoin yesterday being up for some odd reason. It broke out of some triangle thing that it had, and it's now also up almost 20%. I mean, good luck, Dogecoin. I hope you do it. Whatever you're trying to do, I hope you end up doing whatever your plans are doing. I butchered that. Yeah, I think that's definitely going to do it for this video. I think I'm still half waking up, and I'm still on adrenaline. Like the first thing I did when I woke up was I checked my phone just to check and see if I had any messages. And it's really, for those who are my friends maybe listening, I swiped your messages away just so I could look at crypto prices. And I saw the prices were up, and I thought that something was wrong with my eyes. So I turned to my computer, saw that the prices were up, and I was like, okay, let's do this. Let's hope that this continues. There's no reason for any price to go down. I will tell you right now, in all honesty, I plan on buying cryptocurrencies, and I guess more specifically for this case, Bitcoin, until the price hits around a good $250,000. That's not a joke. I will continuously buy fractions of Bitcoin until I feel like my mind can no longer take it, because one single Bitcoin's price is far too high. I'm probably going to try and buy some today, just because. Yeah, so if the price starts going down, like, there's a kind of a running gag here. Every time I buy, prices go down. So sorry if that does end up happening. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. They are Vlad the Impaler, Gilboa Snake, Rai Rai, Brady Niels, L. Doug, Arthur Yaku, Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Nick Mangialavori, Travis Haynes, Yasha Harari, Anthony Charles, Nick Kanaya, singer-songwriter Mike Savitz, Wise Night Owl, Joey Carafa, Crypto Joe, Jim Gardner, Jared Schneider, Jeremy Fox, Amy Starsheen, Richie Rich III, Jeffrey Ramsey, Cody, Carl Birchenoff, Paxis, Jeffrey Dam, Nicholas, One Earth, One Peace, One Love, Setsuna, Minting Coins, Crypnotic, RF Dusty, ShaolinFriedRice.com, Crypto Artist, Coldy3D.com, and SC Verzeli, hope I said that correctly, Fine Art. Thank you all very much for your patronage. And yeah, I'll talk to you all soon. See you.